And the file name is called M001. That's the name of our design. We're going to change that. So you're going to touch the word rename at the bottom left. Type in tulips and touch OK.
I'm lost. I am too. Where it says?
Open your file name.
Rename.
Yep. And then type in tulips. So what you've done now, it says at the top that your file name is tulip, so it's confirming now you're going to touch OK. So now we're ready to sew. So you're going to touch OK. And if you've chosen the same colors, it should say 1 out of 1 design, 1 out of 1 color. Yay, you did it good. Because yeah, if you chose 2 different color tiles, you would have 1 out of 2 colors. And what your machine would do is it would just stop, ask you to raise your presser foot, thinking you need to change the color. Okay? Actually, you're going to touch one more button on your screen. It says 3D, and it just gives you a 3D view of your image. Yeah. So X out of that screen. The other button that's really neat that's been improved is the trace key, and it looks like arrows that go in a box, so if everybody can touch that. Okay, so as you can hear, some of your machines are going around in a trace. Okay, so touch the one on the left. And what this does is it traces around the perimeter of your embroidery design. If you had a hoop on there, so it would show you where your embroidery design is going to land. So you've got one more time to check to make sure you've got it in the right place. But one of the really cool added updates to this machine is a base trace. So this base trace, it has to be turned on in set, and what it will do is it will actually baste around the perimeter of your embroidery design. So it's like, yay! Thank you, Janome! A lot of people were asking for that because if you're hooping up a towel or velour or velvet, you don't want to be hooping the fabric. So what you do is you hoop your stabilizer, and then you'll lay your towel or delicate fabric on top and maybe hold it with a little bit of spray, and then you'll do a base trace. And it's a nice long stitch that's easy to pull out, and it will just help to hold your fabric. Isn't that great? It was like, yes! So you can't see it on this because we haven't got our hoops on just yet. And yeah, we're good. Oh, and the other button that they've improved, you'll see what looks like a picture of a hoop with an arrow coming down. Everybody touch that. And you'll notice what happens as you press it. This little silver part where the hoop hooks into moves towards you. That just makes it easier to hook on the embroidery hoop. And I was like, wow, what a great thing is that?
So you don't necessarily have to stand up and reach over.
Yeah. So if everybody can take your hoop that's beside you, what you have is, actually I'm going to use yours for a sec there, Sharon. What you've got is you've got a piece of stabilizer already in there for you. It's a fusible stabilizer, but we're not going to fuse this. And then what you've got here is a piece of hanji paper. This is from Korea. I was in Korea last year, and it's just going to lay on top. And as you start embroidering, it will hold the paper down. We don't have to glue it or anything. Okay, so you're just going to slide your embroidery hoop in from the left. If you just put it in from the left, and keep it flat, lay it flat.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yep.
There you go. And you'll just give it a try hooking it in. I know you are, and you're good. It's easy though, isn't it? Okay, so you're going to, yeah. So the black thing will be, yeah, and turn it, it'll lock in place. Yes?
And this is a clearance that...
And then you'll press that button again, the one that has the picture of the hoop and the arrow going down. And it'll move it back into place. And that's the center of the hoop. Yes, good. Isn't that cool?
Oh, nice.
Okay. Like I said, it just doesn't wash your dishes, that's all. It does everything else but not wash your dishes. So you don't have to hold it, Tracy. No, you're good. No, that's okay. But a lot of people think they do. Yeah. But once it starts embroidering, the paper won't move. Okay? So you're going to gently lower your presser foot. So everybody reach underneath and gently lower their presser foot. And you're going to press start. Wow. And that's it. And the thread, if you didn't pull a tail, the thread should have got sucked down underneath, and you're ready to go. Yeah.
slow it down when it's doing the embroidery work?
You can, but you have to go into set. Yeah. So this is when I tell everybody that you should go and make dinner or do your laundry. This is what we're making. We're making this really cool little greeting card.
Wow.
When you embroider on paper, you should use open designs because you don't want it to be eating through the paper. So you can embroider on wallpaper, you can embroider on cork, you can embroider on metal, really thin metal that they use in model building, airplane model building, balsa wood you can embroider on. Yep. It's called hanji paper. It's Korean. It's like a rice paper, a Japanese rice paper. So just about everybody's done. A little bit more. Okay. What we're going to do is get you to raise your presser foot. You're going to unhook the hoop from the back of your machine, so you're going to turn that black button there. And the thread did cut. You can't see it because the thread's down inside because it cuts top and bottom and brings it down inside. And if you look on the back, you'll see that there's a nice, neat little tail on there. Janome made sure that when the thread cuts, it cuts a perfect 0.4-inch tail, leaving behind enough thread in your bobbin and on your needle so that when you go to start to sew again or embroider, there's enough thread. Okay, so you can just push your inner hoop up through, popping out your paper. And if you could put your hoop back together again, that would be great. And I'm going to take yours, Sharon. Your little piece of fabric there. Thank you. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to roughly tear it out. If you look at the samples on the tables in front of you, you'll see that they're just kind of, oops, oh, this one's not torn, that one was cut out. So what you're doing is you're tearing. You're going to start at the top tearing at the stabilizer and then start tearing through. You want to hold on to your embroidery design as you tear it out. And I have to show. So you're going to start just tearing it around the perimeter, holding on to your embroidery and tearing both stabilizer and the paper at the same time. You want to tear gently from the edges, and what you're left with are these really cool little fibers sticking out. Okay? So tear gently, tear bigger than necessary so you don't get too close to your embroidery. This is the creative part. How do you tear? You're going to tear both the stabilizer and the paper at the same time. Yep. You're tearing them both together. Yeah, hold on to your embroidery there as you're tearing. Yep, there should be garbages underneath. If not, you can just leave it at the end back of your table there, behind the machine. What a great way to spend an afternoon, eh? Okay, is everybody done tearing away there? Carlene, you're okay there. Don't rush, don't mess it up there. And I'm going to take your two papers there, Sharon. So now what you've got beside you is you've got two pieces of paper. You've got a white one and a colored one. You're going to fold them both in half. Okay, make a nice crease. And the white one, you're going to make a nice crease. And one will go inside the other. Very creative here. One goes inside the other. Your tulips you'll glue onto the front. There's some glue sticks in between each machine. You're going to glue your tulips to the front. You're going to add a little bit of glue so that your white paper sticks to your colored paper. And you also have a really pretty ribbon in front of you to tie through the middle of it. Well, there you go. Your little craft idea. So now everybody gets homemade cards, right?
So what have we made?
Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful. Cool. Oh, excellent.
They're so talented.
Oh, and I can just see that with Christmas cards and
Look at this one.
This is my favorite.
oh, that is gorgeous. I love that.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh,
That is too cool.
oh, they're lovely.
Look what I 28. Yay! Very nice. Very nice. Good job.
This is what you do now, is you make your husband a thank you card for your new machine.
There you go. Okay, what we need to do is return the machines back to regular sewing.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought you said we were going to have to return your machines back to Janome. I get yours all packed up and ready to go.
So you're going to touch the button at the top, the tab at the very, very top that just has the sewing machine on it. It will give you a message that says make sure that the hoop is off. Okay, so you're going to touch this button at the top. The hoop is off. You're going to touch OK. And then you're going to reach around on the right-hand side and press that same white lever down again. And reach in through the center and pull the arm back towards you. So yeah, isn't that just amazing? Like, it's so compact. And if you could lower your screens, please, back down to the regular height. Isn't that so cool?
I like that.
Yeah, the screen is just a really great wonder. And you can turn your machines off.
No.
Yeah. And we're going to go and have a snack.